Hey, what's up guys? It's Jack. So in this video, I just wanted to basically talk to you guys face to face and have some real talk about Call of Duty in its current state. And yeah, I'm gonna leave the comedy out of this one. The whole 8 Thoughts mixed in with Deadpool thing is gonna be put to the side for this one. So I apologize for those of you guys that were kind of looking forward to that. But I just wanted to get a little bit of real talk. So. Yeah, Call of Duty's days are finally numbered at this point, and some of you guys might be saying that Call of Duty's days have always been numbered or whatnot, and then there's the wise people that have also been saying that there's nothing that's going to kill Call of Duty except Call of Duty, and that is literally happening right before our very eyes. And we're not necessarily talking design philosophy. I'm not going to talk about the core design philosophy behind Modern Warfare. I'm not going to nitpick on that. I'm actually going to talk about some of the stuff that's kind of being put under the table. That's kind of hidden, but players are smart. A lot of players play a lot, and they notice things. And one of the things that has become clear is that skill-based matchmaking is not just skill-based matchmaking, but it is getting to a point to where there's other things being implemented to accommodate the skill-based matchmaking formula that is extremely unfair to not just good players, but actually to all players. Whether it's in the form of you got to pay $20 for a microtransaction to get a watch that'll show you how many deaths you have because the game itself doesn't do that during in-game or something like that. Or whether it's because you have to buy microtransactions to get regular old lobbies like we've been getting in past Call of Duties instead of the super sweaty ones that we're getting in Modern Warfare. Or whether it's because the game takes all your data from the previous Call of Duties that you've played and determines how much aim assist you get compared to other players that are worse than you if you're a good player, or how good your hit detection will work compared to theirs. It's really that stuff that is a killer to this game. It is very manipulating, and I don't think other games do that to this degree. I'm sure other games have implemented some bullshit things into their games as well, but to this degree, and protecting noobs really doesn't, like to this degree especially, really doesn't make sense. I mean, really. Call of Duty, in and of itself, one of the things that the devs need to realize, as well as Activision, because, again, if Activision wants to pull shit, they can at any time at the snap of a finger. So, the thing is, Call of Duty has enough things. This is what the developers need to realize. Call of Duty has enough things from its core, from the base gameplay. Granted, it's done correctly. Modern Warfare completely omitted from this. It's got a lot of potential, but it's just not put together right. So, if the core base gameplay of the Call of Duty game that is presented to us is intact, then that in and of itself is more than enough to keep even the noobs happy. I'm gonna give you my personal perspective. Back over 7 or 8 years ago, when I was a noob, my KD was a 0.8, 0.7. Got my ass handed to me left and right, but the game, obviously, if you're doing better, the game is more fun. Okay. But I still kept on coming back because I was still hooked to the idea. It's like, okay, I got 10 kills this game. Let's see if I can get 15. And it's easy enough to get kills. And when you don't have skill-based matchmaking to where you get random players, like you'll have, like, let's say, 5% of the players in the lobby will be a good player, and then everybody else is going to be somewhat in the middle, and then there's going to be some terrible players. That's basically your average lobby right there. And not even that. You don't even get good players in every single lobby. I'm a good player, and I'm playing all the other Call of Duties except Modern Warfare. And although I do run into a lot of good players, and if I play team-based games, I run into groups of them at times as well. It's not like I'm consistently running into tryhards 100% of the time. And the thing is, when you have a mix of randomness and where connection is 100% and the skill-based matchmaking algorithm doesn't take over to the degree it's taken now, because apparently it's always been a part of COD, but just it gets adjusted year after year. It's like if it's like that, then how are the good players going to get better? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but the thing is, don't forget, at its core, Call of Duty is a casual shooter. When you're implementing skill-based matchmaking, you're literally forcing competitive down people's throats. And I don't know about you guys, but when I play Call of Duty, I don't always want to sweat. Are there times where I do? Sure. So, like in today's stream, I played Advanced Warfare. I had this thing on, and for some reason, Advanced Warfare, I can't see the target as well. And there were 3 tryhards on the same team on the other side, team, and they even had optic in their gamer tag. And I was getting sick and tired of not being able to see well, so I turned off the face cam on my stream, and I said, sorry guys. I mean, even though there was nobody in the entire stream, I took the face cam off, and then I single-handedly was able to win the game and do very well. And the next thing you know, they left the lobby. So, I mean, but when you have players to where a majority of the people on the other team are on the same skill level as you, and you're doing that all the time, if you're constantly doing that, if you're constantly going up against sweats, it's like, well, that's not always fun. Sometimes we're in the mood for it, but that's why there's competitive play. So they're literally forcing competitive down their throats by doing this. On top of that, there's also another thing we have to consider, and that is that, again, I've been watching a lot of videos before making this because there seems to be something new popping every day. And another problem is that the pros are not too fond of the game either. And let's face the facts here. Infinity Ward has never been that supportive of the competitive community. A lot of pub players kind of smile at that. But this year, both the competitive and the pubs aspect of Call of Duty, both the pub players and the competitive players are basically like ignored at this point. Or they're just incapable of fixing whatever the hell is wrong with the game. Is it because crossplay is implemented that they can't fix bugs or something like that? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to defend the devs, but and the fact that we seem to be getting less, and they're trying to find ways to make us happy, even though they're giving us less, and they're implementing all this different bullshit. I mean, all these combination of things. Some of the things could be a little bit more of a conspiracy in terms of what I mentioned. Like I tweeted out one time saying that you guys know about that watch that basically says how many deaths you have and stuff like that. Something that the scoreboard is supposed to say, but the only way you can get this watch is by, I guess, purchasing COD points or whatever the hell it is. I don't know if it's from purchasing COD points. It could be, because it could be that exclusive. But again, they got to make up their money somehow, right? Because if the game doesn't have a player base, it's like, okay, we're going to try to milk as much money as we can. We're going to take advantage of the stupid people that keep on buying our microtransactions. Granted, some of the people that buy the microtransactions are smart because they realize that they can get easy lobbies that way and with decent connections, and then get good gameplays for YouTube. So it's both. They're both really good and really bad, in that aspect. Good for their content in terms of the gameplay that they can get because of that, and bad at the same time because they're supporting this formula. And I mean, when you put everything together, it's like when I tweet, going back to what I said, what I tweeted out was they're probably going to have like cosmetic boots, but then all of a sudden when somebody puts those boots on, they're going to realize that, holy shit, I've got built-in dead silence. And they had to pay $20 of COD points for a chance to get it, or to get it. All these things that are wrong with the game right now in terms of everything they've implemented and some of the things that are lacking, so to speak, we used to get that, like the better algorithm in terms of team balancing, skill-based matchmaking, all this shit. We used to get all this for free. Decent lobbies, a good spawn system, patches. I mean, patches that actually worked and did stuff. So, at this point right now, the thing is every single Call of Duty that follows always takes something from the previous game. And the thing is, just because it's Treyarch doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to do a form of this. You know, other Call of Duties implement skill-based matchmaking. Other Call of Duties, like for instance the Treyarch games, they prioritize team balancing. Team balancing, in my opinion, is the lesser of two evils. It is annoying for the better player, but at the same time, at least they're not like sweating. They're just caring. They're just trying to carry. For some people, that would be considered sweating, but in my humble opinion, in my experience, the lesser of two evils is team balancing versus skill-based matchmaking. Because skill-based matchmaking, to this degree, what they've done with Modern Warfare is just absolutely terrible. So this, to me, spells death for the franchise at this point. We've gone from Call of Duty being diagnosed with an illness that's making it not as good as it once was. All of a sudden now we're at a point right now where it's like life-threatening for the franchise. And especially if they continue to rinse and repeat, whether it's more subtle or not, all this shit into the game. And the thing is, it's like, where do we go from here? What's going to happen next? You know, I mean, it's like I don't know. It seems like with everything good that gets put into the game, there's a whole bunch of extra shit that kills that goodness of the game. For instance, crossplay. It's a good thing. We've been asking for it for years. And then you get the bad thing. You get the bad spawns, the inconsistent hit detection. And apparently they put in crossplay according to I don't know, the conspiracy rumors or whatever the hell it's called. The biggest reason why they implemented crossplay was probably because they wanted more data, so that way they can enhance skill-based matchmaking. And it's a really good way to do that when you have everybody from one area playing together, because you're really able to get into the very specific details, and you can really like implement certain things and pretty much take advantage of certain things that you wouldn't be able to otherwise for all players. So, and the thing is, it's like, it's also the fact that the community is being ignored. And a big reason why the community is pissed off about this, besides the obvious, is because this is also a AAA title. And it's certainly not playing like one. It certainly didn't get fully released like one. There are some aspects of it that certainly were. But now, the Call of Duty could still live on and still make #1 year after year in terms of sales and all that other shit. But with this stuff being implemented, to me at least, the franchise is dead. Because a lot of the core of what Call of Duty is, beyond just gameplay and design philosophy, is the fact that it's a casual shooter. And players that have put in time to get better because they've had fun, they wanted to get a little bit better, and they put in the time and they learned how to do it, all of a sudden now are punished. It's like, you know, I mean, it's like basketball. It's like you're going out there to play basketball out there, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're forced to play NBA players time and time again. You know, it's just you and your buddies. You know, you're pretty good. You've been playing for years. You go out there and you just like to go out there, get your cardio in, have a good time, play basketball. You'll win most, but you'll lose some. You know, things will go like this. It's very random in who you run into, right? No control. I mean, you could run into a completely different team or whatnot. Sometimes you run into good teams. Sometimes you won't. Whatever, right? You're out there having a good time, getting your cardio in, spending time with the boys. And then all of a sudden somebody comes up to you and says, no, you can't do that anymore. You basically only have to play against NBA players and get your ass handed to you. Or like, let's say, or of that nature. You know what I mean? So, it really is that terrible that Call of Duty has gotten to the point to where it's gotten like this now. So I just wanted to make this video and kind of put my thoughts all into one. Some of you people out there are going to be saying, oh, quit bitching, so-and-so, but let me tell you, a majority of our community has been saying more or less the same things that I have. Now, some of the things that I mentioned in this video could very well be like a conspiracy, and it could just like, I mean, but again, I've been watching videos, reading Charlie Intel, watching the people that you can quote unquote trust and not trust. Most people that I watch, you can trust on YouTube. You know, guys like guys that I feel that are trustworthy are, you know, whenever he posts a video, PwnStars.com is a trustworthy source of a great player. Let's see who else. Blame Truth is definitely a worthy source. Thunder is a worthy source. Market J is a worthy source, trustworthy. Just to name a few. Ronaldinho is another one. And a lot of these people just happen to be my favorite players as well. Some of them are excellent players, but most of them are really good, solid players. So when you've taken the core of what Call of Duty is, which is the casual aspect, out of it, to where, you know, you can just hop on, have some fun or whatnot, but you're forced to sweat, that is a big problem. And with the way the skill-based matchmaking works in this one, with the other things they've implemented under the table, undercover, so to speak, you know, like the good player can have increased lag compensation where the bad player will not. That's nothing new, but it's exaggerated at this point, where it messes with the hit detection or whatnot. And then you have to purchase COD points in order to get easier lobbies and shit like that. It's I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's next? You have to pay for better spawns. You have to pay for dead silence. It's like they could put dead silence in the game, but all of a sudden it could only be unlocked through COD points, to where you have to purchase it or whatnot. I don't know. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously there's a few aspects of the game that are really good, like the campaign and the fact that the thing that pisses off the Call of Duty community a lot when it comes to this is the fact that this game, Modern Warfare, from the title to the way the campaign is, which is a success, even though it's short. All Call of Duty campaigns have been short, but this one's even on the shorter side. But from the success of that to the things that they got right with the game, like the sound, the graphics, you know, the guns and how the guns work and all that kind of stuff, just to name a few of the things, and how potentially smooth the game could be without all the other bullshit implemented in there that they put in for whatever reason or a multitude of reasons. To protect the noobs, obviously. You know, the thing is, the game has that much potential because of that, and that's another reason why the Call of Duty community is pissed off, because they see a Call of Duty that has a lot of potential, and it ends up being one of the most hated ever. So, at this point right now, if this undercover implementation of the skill-based matchmaking, or whatever the hell you want to call it, the way they handle the microtransactions and how they still find a way to manage to manipulate the fan base to this extent, and the fact that, again, another reason why the players are this passionate about the game and why they're shit talking the developers and Activision and all that is because it's a AAA title that costs $60. If it was free to play, if Modern Warfare was free to play, I don't think players would be as upset. They still would be, but not to this degree. Because, like, people like myself, I mean, it didn't make me go bankrupt or anything, but, you know, I wasted $60 on pure faith of this game. I didn't like the beta, but I was hoping that the full release would be better and things would end up, but no. And people that are still playing the game say that the beta was better. So, if all this stuff keeps going like this, despite the fact that the game can continue to sell well for whatever reason or whatnot, to me personally, a person that's been playing the game for so long, at this point, if it continues like this, it's dead. So, and it really sucks. Not just because I base my YouTube channel off of it and because that's what I stream the majority of the time over on Twitch or every once in a while here, but I've been spending time on Twitch. But you know, the thing is, it really is a shame to see to see it go down like this. But the wisest people in the community were right. Call of Duty is the only thing that could kill it. Call of Duty itself is the only thing that could kill Call of Duty. And I feel right now that it's happening more than ever. It's extremely, like, it's on a whole other level now. It's gotten beyond the point of just, you know, little things here and there, and then slightly more things here and there. And, you know, every year Call of Duty is always going to have its bullshit, but, like, it's excessive to this point. And have we really seen too much, when you boil it down to bare basics, have we really seen that much improvement from year to year? I mean, that's up to the player, but, you know, you guys are more than welcome to voice your opinions down in the comments section, unless they're disrespectful. If you're disrespectful, you know, if they're disrespectful, then, you know, you guys know where I'm going with that. So, but yeah, it's a shame. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I wanted to post a video on my thoughts on this. It would make no sense for me to do the whole comedy thing that I always do and then some gameplay. I just wanted this to be a real talk. So let me know your comments down below. And that's it. That's all I got, guys. So, oh man, makes me wonder. Holy shit, is my channel going to turn into the roast of Call of Duty? Who knows? Apparently, a lot of you guys like it, so I'll continue to do it. But I had to throw in a little dose of real talk. I know this video is a lot longer than my usual, but you know, sometimes when you get real, it's this is what happens. So. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. Let all the respectful comments be known down below. And that's it. So I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care.